स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्तः कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Let us spend few minutes in meditation on the all-pervading, all-blissful Spirit seated in the hearts of us all. Let us offer our salutations to the Supreme Being in any name or form you like. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, and Sri Adi Shankaracharya, and all other acharyas, great teachers, great sages, saints, whose teachings we have inherited. May they inspire us with love for the truth. Inhale and exhale very, very slowly, peacefully. Think of positive vibrations, peaceful vibrations, pure vibrations, strong vibrations, fearless vibrations, healthy vibrations, entering into your body and mind. All the negativity, weaknesses, impurities, restlessness, sickness, fear will be destroyed. Slowly breathe out positive, peaceful, and other vibrations. Think of Paramashakti, Paramashanti, Paramashraddha, Paramabhakti, Paramajnanam, Paramanandam. Beyond the body, beyond the energy in the body, beyond the thoughts, beyond the intellect, and beyond the blissful self, blissful sheath, is the light of all lights, which is your nature. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Let us do some recitation of the Veda mantras. Please repeat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannotibhi Spata Anashrunvannotibhi Siddha Sadhanam. Om Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahi. Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaha. Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti nः Pusha Vishvavedaha स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् संबभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु। अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। तच्छंयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः। स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्न सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसी मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पति मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। ईशावास्य उपनिषद 12, 13 and 14 mantras. Please open 12, 13, 14. Those who don't have the book, see your neighbor's book, please. Chant properly. अंधं तमः प्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो यवु सम्भूत्यागं रताः। Once more. अंधं तमः प्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते। tato bhuya ivate tamo yavu sambhutyagam rataha अन्यदेवाहुः सम्भवाद् अन्यदाहुरसम्भवात् इति शुश्रुमधीराणाम् येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे अन्यदेवाहुः सम्भवाद् अन्यदाहुरसम्भवात् इति शुश्रुमधीराणाम् येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे सम्भूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेदो भयगं सः विनाशेन मृत्युं तीर्त्वा सम्भूत्यामृतमश्नुते सम्भूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेदो भयगं सः विनाशेन मृत्युं तीर्त्वा सम्भूत्यामृतमश्नुते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Shlokas number 9, 10, 11 dealing with Vidya and Avidya. Shloka mantras, they are actually mantras from 12, 13 and 14 dealing with the manifested and the unmanifested, Sambhuti and Asambhuti. But both convey the same meaning in a different contexts, one dealing with karma and another dealing with upasana. Please keep that in mind. So Swamiji, that means Vivekananda, speaking about this in America, called God in Everything chapter. He says, both the extremes are wrong. One who is following Vidya, one is following Avidya, one who is doing upasana of Sambhuti, one who is doing upasana of Asambhuti. Both are wrong, both will be in darkness, both will be in difficulty, because if a man plunges headlong into foolish luxuries of the world without knowing the truth, he has missed his footing. He cannot reach the goal. That is avidya, goes into darkness. And if a man curses the world, goes into a forest, mortifies his flesh, kills himself little by starvation, makes his heart a barren waste, kills out all feelings, and becomes harsh, stern, and dried up, that man also has missed the way. These are the two extremes, the two mistakes at either end. Both have lost the way, both have missed the goal. How to bring in the practical Vedanta or Vedanta into practical life is the background here. So one who is full of luxuries and thinking that everything is shariram and these five senses and the Panchamahabhutas, he has missed the way. He will be in darkness. See the 9th shloka. Andham tama pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya yavate tamaha yavu vidyayagam rataha. One who is following avidya goes into darkness, and one who follows vidya goes into greater darkness. But what is the solution then? Combine the both. That is the 11th shloka. Vidyancha, cha here is samuchaya. Vidya and avidya The worldly knowledge and the spiritual knowledge should be combined. Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva vidyaya amrutamashnute. That yes mark in that Sanskrit shloka is amrutamashnute. He will jump over death, he will cross over death and attain immortality. This is the meaning which Swamiji says. And he continues. He adds some more emphasis. So work, says the Vedanta. Putting God in everything. Knowing Him to be in everything. Work incessantly. Holding life as something deified, as God Himself, and knowing that this is all we have to do, this is all we should ask for, God in everything. Where shall we go to find Him? He is already in every work, in every thought, in every feeling. Thus knowing we must work. This is the only way, there is no other way. Thus the effects of work will not bind us. Whether it's effect in the vidya or effect in the avidya, effect in sambhuti, effect in asambhuti, it will not affect us because of the supreme consciousness, because of the divine principle behind everything. What is it that connects, helps my body to move and work and be stable? It is my backbone. That is connecting everything. That is making me use my hand, use my mouth, use my legs. So many millions of nerves coming from the backbone. Similarly, the one is important. Amrutattvam is important. Though here karmopasana and sadhanopasana, meditation, etc. are mentioned, previous shlokas we have heard, Kavir manishi paribhu swayambhu ryatat yatorthan vidadacha shvatibhyas samabhyah. The 8th shloka, 7th shloka deals with the Atman knowledge, deals with the self-knowledge. Then he brings in the mistakes, deals with the sage is talking about the agnanam with which we are doing the work. Either holding on to karma or holding on only to upasana. Both are wrong. So bring in the God factor there. We have seen how false desires are the cause of all misery and evil we suffer. But when they are thus deified, purified through God, they bring no evil, they bring no misery. Those who have not learned this secret will have to live in a demonical world until they discover it. Many do not know what an infinite mine of bliss is in them, around them, everywhere. They have not yet discovered it. What is a demonical world? The Vedanta says, Agnanam, ignorance. In this context, when you read the original mantras and then Swami Vivekananda's interpretation, then the whole picture becomes very clear. Don't be afraid using the word andham tamaha and greater darkness, blinding darkness. That is all our problems. We are suffering every day out of it. That is ignorance, ignorance, ignorance. What is ignorance? Rajju sarpanyaya. The serpent and the snake. Common example, always it comes to our rescue. And Akasha Kusumavat, another ignorance. Is there a flower in the sky? Or the cloud appearing as a camel, cloud appearing as a man, cloud appearing as something else? It is not there. When you walk on the beach in the sunshine about 12 o'clock due to the refraction, you find an ordinary shell shining like silver. The ignorant man will run and take it thinking that he has got silver. But when he holds it in his hand, it is only a shell, ordinary shell on the seashore. Rajju Sarpanyaya. And there is something called rabbit having horns. Somebody has seen a rabbit with horns. It's all Bhranti, it is all Maya. Agnanam creates, it's like a mabbu, a cloud over the sun. Or earlier we studied Atma Bodha, the clouds are moving in the rainy season because of the wind. We feel, children feel, the moon also is moving. And Sri Ramakrishna says there is a reflection of the full moon in the lake. The fish will be catching that moon and playing with it. But the real moon is there. We are all like that fish playing over toys, playing over this, playing over that. Suppose a child is playing with toys and some other things that mother has given because mother is busy. But a time will come when the child is vexed with it. He feels bored, doesn't like the toys. Then the father or the brother or somebody in the house tempts the child with some chocolate, with some other exciting gift. The child takes it and throws it out. Says, I don't want anything. What do you want? Naku amma kavali. I want mother only. And that poor mother, wherever she is, she has to come running and carry the child on the back and nurse it and love it and take it in the garden for a walk. Similarly, Sri Ramakrishna says, we are playing with the toys of this world. We are so busy with the toys. We don't want God. We don't want the maker of toys. We want only the toys. But a time will come, as he has mentioned, a time will come beyond these playthings, beyond the marbles, beyond the pot tops, beyond the small merry-go-round. I want the truth. Amrutam ashnute. I want amrutam, I want amrutam, I want amrutam. Narendra, the powerful giant personality in Calcutta, he is not at Vivekananda. He is still a college student, but coming to Sri Ramakrishna from 1881 onwards. After 2 years, Sri Ramakrishna one day wants to give something different lesson to young Narendra, and through him to others also. And he says, when Narendra comes from his house to meet his master, so many few other devotees are there sitting, says, Naren, come here. I want to tell you something. Says, my child, think that you are a fly, a house fly, ega. And I have kept a big pot of amrutam, honey, nectar. I have kept it in front of you. It is all yours. It is filled to the brim. How will you drink as a ega, as a fly? Though Narendra is so brilliant, extraordinary in debate, full of knowledge, encyclopedia of knowledge, but still that Ajnana is there. Oh Master, I will sit on the edge of that, on the brim of that vessel, on the edge, anchu. And little by little I will take. Sri Ramakrishna asks, why little by little? Whole thing is yours. Why don't you swim inside? Why don't you plunge inside? Mudugipo, ఈత కొట్టు, అంతా నీదే. ఎందుకు అంచులో కూర్చొని దాన్ని తాగుతూ ఉంటావు? Narendra says, I am afraid I will die. I will drown in that nectar. Sri Ramakrishna says, what a fool you are. I thought you are intelligent. By swimming, by diving, you will not die. You will become immortal. That is amrutam, not ordinary market honey. It is divine nectar. Plunge inside. Oh, Narendra's Ajnanam vanished. Says, yes, if I want the truth, I have to plunge inside. I have to take it by the neck. Not standing outside and take little by little. It is all mine. I am that I am. Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. But what happens? Andham tamah pravishanti ye vidyam upasate. Andham tamah pravishanti ye sambhutim upasate. There he has used the word vidya, here using the word sambhuti and asambhuti, manifested, unmanifested. Vyakta, avyakta. By ignorance we go behind the vyakta, this manifested world, this world of games, world of toys, world of sensual pleasures. That is why andha. Blinding darkness, greater darkness. Let us see what it means to us. Then continuing, Swamiji does not leave there. He says, for these 3 shlokas, that is 12, 13 and 14, Swamiji says, they grope in darkness They means the upasakas, the sadhakas, one-sided. They grope in darkness, who worship this ignorant world. Sambhuti is an ignorant world that we are thinking as real. It is a rope, but we think it is a snake. Or we think it is a jewel when it is only a shell. We are caught in this dvandva. Agnanam, agnanam, agnanam. Like Mundakopanishad says, there are dve vidye veditavye, paracha, aparacha. Two vidyas are there in this world. One is the supreme knowledge, another is the worldly knowledge. One of the rishis comes and tells, I have learned so many things. 100 subjects I have learned. I know everything. Can you tell me something? Is there anything else other than these subjects? Rigveda, Samaveda, Ajurveda, Atharvana Veda, Upavedas, Vyakarna, Chandas. So many things I have learned. He says, you are ignorant. Only book knowledge you got. He condemns all this. Para, that supreme knowledge is Aksharam Adhigamyate. It is the undivided knowledge. It is a knowledge which doesn't die. All the other knowledges will keep on changing. Written by somebody, on something. Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Paracha. Take the hold of para, not the apara. But what we are doing? They grope in darkness who worship this ignorant world, this manifested world. The world that is produced out of ignorance, thinking of it as existence, as truth, as sat. And those who live their whole lives in this world and never find anything better or higher are groping in still greater darkness. But he who knows the secret of nature, that is the 14th shloka, 14th mantra, cha, samuchaya, samuchaya. Combine the both, he says. Combine the both. The unmanifested and the manifested. Sambhuti, asambhuti. Go to the Moola and come to the manifested. This is also God. This is not the world. This is not Bhautika Prapancham. This is not the Panchabhutas. This is just a temporary world. How is it possible? Seeing that which is beyond nature, through the help of nature, he crosses death. And through the help of that which is beyond nature, he enjoys eternal bliss. Amritam ashnute. See the last line of shloka 11. Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva vidyaya amritam ashnute. See the last line of 14. Vinashena mrutyum tirtva sambhutyam amritam ashnute. Same language. Amritam ashnute, amritam ashnute. You have to attain that immortality. And it is possible by samuchaya, not separately. Having said that, now we go directly into the shlokas 13 and 14. What is 13 saying? Anya devahu sambhavad anyada urasambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire. Now see the 10th shloka. Anya devahur vidyayanyada uravidyaya iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire. The humble sage, one who has realized the truth, he says, I have not told this. I have heard from this. I have heard this from my gurus. So it has come as a Guru Parampara. His humbleness also is put. So he is offering everything to the Parama Gurus. That is the authenticity of this Vedic knowledge. Now, 13th mantra says, Anya devahuhu sambhavat anyadahuhu asambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam yenastad vichachakshire. They spoke of a different result. In 12th shloka, what did he say? Andham tama pravishantiye asambhuti upasate. One who is doing the asambhuti upasana, the unmanifested upasana, he will go into darkness, blinding darkness. Andham tamaha. And opposite, the other side, tato bhuyayavate tamaha yavu sambhutyagam rata. He falls into greater darkness who is doing upasana of this world. So that is why he says, they spoke of this. Here, for sambhuti there is a result, for asambhuti there is another result. That is what he is trying to say. Anyaha. They spoke of a different result from the worship of the unmanifested. First he comes down to sambhuti, manifested world. And they spoke of a different result from the worship of the unmanifested. Sambhuti, asambhuti. The term should be thought in the original only. Always translation means that significance will go. So try to have the original word. Sambhuti, asambhuti. Sambhavam, asambhavam also we say in Telugu. అది సంభవమా అది అసంభవమా సాధ్యమవుతుందా అన్నట్లుగా. ఓకే, ఈజ్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్? నాట్ పాసిబుల్. బట్ హియర్ సంభూతి, అసంభూతి, మేనిఫెస్టెడ్, అన్మానిఫెస్టెడ్, వ్యక్త, అవ్యక్త. సో ఈ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వర్డ్స్, టెక్నికల్ వర్డ్స్ మన మనసులో ఇప్పుడు ఉండాలి. బికాస్ ఎవ్రీ ఉపనిషత్ స్పీక్స్ అబౌట్ వ్యక్త, అవ్యక్త, వ్యక్త, అవ్యక్త, మేనిఫెస్టెడ్, అన్మానిఫెస్టెడ్, బీజావస్థ అండ్ the fertility, that is the trees and the crops and all things, from where they have come, from that unmanifested state by the process. So process is called prakriti, process is called maya. So they spoke of different result for the worship of the unmanifested. Thus we have heard the wise who explained that to us. That is the general meaning of 13th shloka. So here both the sadhakas, who are both the sadhakas? Sambhuti sadhaka, asambhuti sadhaka. Okay? Sambhuti upasana, asambhuti upasana. Both the sadhakas have no connection with the reality. From where all this has come? From Hiranyagarbha, we say, the first manifested being in this world. And from him Ishvara and others. So Hiranyagarbha normally is understood as Brahma. To have that easy understanding, Brahma, the creator. From him Ishvara and so many other things that we talk about in the Upanishad. So both the sadhakas have no connection with that reality, with the supreme reality, with the Advaitic oneness. They take this universe as its seed, as real, and get absorbed in that and deviate from the goal. As a result, what will happen to them? They experience tremendous undesirable reactions. They fall into darkness, pain, misery, rebirth, stress, tension, samskaras, kusamskaras. So many things will be eating them, suffering only, because they have missed the track. So here, 13th shloka, Anya Devahu Sambhava, different results for each. As we read in shloka number 10, Anya Devahur Vidyaya, Anyada Hura Vidyaya, Anya Devahu Sambhavat, Anyada Hura Sambhavat. Different results in Vidya Vidya, different results in Sambhuti and Asambhuti. First he takes a different result for the upasana of Sambhuti. We will study that now. What is that different result? The result is one without a second, and the manifestation of the reality is only Leela. It is a play of Maya. It is not real, it is only a shadow play, puppet play. People see the puppet, but behind the screen there is somebody who is pulling that hands and legs of the puppet. But children see only the puppet talking, or because the voice and other thing, they don't see the pull. Sri Ramakrishna says, is the magic real or the magician real? Ordinary people tell magic is real. But the Buddhivantudu, the Viveki says, no, magician is real. Behind the screen, that fellow will teach you some tricks also if you like. From where Ganga water has come? From where elephant has come? Magician is doing. Is God real or is the play real? God is real. Is the garden real or the gardener real? The gardener is real. He may change the garden tomorrow. From Tulsi garden it will be Gulabi garden. The land is the same, but he can change. Gardener has got all the talent and the skill. But what is the ignorant man thinking? Oh, wonderful garden. They forget the gardener. We are running behind the shadow. We are running behind the unreal. Thinking it is real. That is the problem there. Now, this man, this sadhaka, he does not have knowledge of the unreality of the manifestation and the truth of the reality behind. He gets absorbed in the results only. He just sees the result and he is enamored by it. Behind it, what is going on, he has no idea. That is why he is in difficulty. The sadhaka, the upasaka, who commences his spiritual journey from a low state, from an ordinary state, from just aksharabhyasam, gradually moves forward, janma after janma, janma after janma, towards fulfillment. In bracket it is called, in Vedanta, krama mukti. In different stages he will go nearer and nearer and nearer and one day merge in truth. That experience he will get. He is improving, he is improving, he is improving. He slowly, that agnanam, that cataract, that slowly the blindness, dark, color blindness and all these things are reducing. He is seeing, spashtanga kanabadutundi. So he will make less mistakes of attachment and aversions. Next. His love for God increases more and more gradually. You have seen the bhakti movement, the great bhaktas, whether Bhadrachala Ramadas or Tukaram or Kanakadas, Purandardas, Meera, Kabir. They lived in this world. They had family. But they know the reality behind. It is Panduranga, it is Giridhara Gopal, it is Purandara Vithala, it is Venkateshwara Swami, it is his play. They never went away from the target, never went away from the goal. They were holding on. They underwent the pain, they underwent the family problem, they underwent punishment. But still they held that truth. They did not deviate from that truth. That's why quickly they got higher moksha and we worship them today. We sing their songs today. So performing saguna upasana, that is worshipping the God, your chosen deity, performing saguna upasana gives rise to several creative skills. This is the benefit that the sadhaka gets, upasaka gets, like music, painting, sculpting, literature. Everything is used for spreading the message of God. The upasaka begins to realize that the one God is behind the manifested universe. It's like a screen on which everything is falling. Film after film, film after film, film. But the screen is important. Without the screen, I cannot see anything. It will be dull and disturbed, hazy. When you put, another example is there. You take butter and put it on the stove to make it ghee. Immediately what will happen? Pata 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 sound will come. There is water content in the butter. There will be lot of sound, fizzling sound. Then after some time, quietness, it's only ghee. Similarly, all negative ideas, practices, agnanam will be burnt in that upasana. As the sadhaka progresses in the sambhuti upasana. This is the benefit of sambhuti upasana independently. But all this is temporary again. He has to undergo that up and down. The life and death has to continue. Now, asambhuti upasana. Till now, sambhuti upasana. Now the other side, asambhuti upasana. Please see the book. Anyadevahusambhavat anyadahurasambhavat. There is one this one for Sambhuti, another result for Asambhuti. What is that Asambhuti Upasana? The fruit or the benefit of Nirguna Upasana is different. Sambhuti Upasana is equal to Saguna Upasana. Asambhuti Upasana is equal to Nirguna Upasana. God with qualities, God without qualities. Nirguna. That is the abstract now. Advaita idea. Even if enta sadhana chesina kuda the meditator is not comfortable in the initial stages with Nirguna Upasana, Shankara says gradually he will gain confidence. He will find the right path. The rhythm will come. It's like cycling. Everybody cannot straight away start cycling. First 3 wheels. Baby cycle. You have to get into the baby cycle. Mother has to be there. Anna has to be there. Some friend has to be there. Even then he feels he is falling. Gradually confidence will come, then by cycle. Then one day he will become an Olympic champion. Initial stages there is discomfort, but gradually he will gain confidence and progress. That Upasaka gains the capacity of discriminating the chaff from the woof. Viveka Buddhi increases. The paddy and the grain of rice inside, he will discriminate it. Nicely remove it. Without getting attached or tempted by the snares of the world or the beautiful things in the world, the Upasaka gains fair knowledge of truth behind this ephemeral world. Is the shadow real or the person real? He will gain knowledge. Shadow is there because your body is there. But even then, go a little higher. How will that shadow fall? Because of that sun. Without sun, there is no shadow, even if you are there. So the sun is real. Sun is the eternal truth. You are only a medium, and the shadow is only Maya. So the higher benefit is that the Asambhuti Upasaka gains maturity and intellect blossoms at the end of his sadhana. Asambhuti Upasana. Another meaning of this mantra, number 13. Either of them will gain supernatural powers. Both of them will get powers. Ashtasiddhis they will get, Anima, Lagima, etc. But they will fall prey to these powers. Sri Ramakrishna advises, don't run behind the Siddhis. Run behind the mother. If you run behind the Siddhis, the greater will be a fall. 2 of his disciples, or 2 of his visitors who used to come to Dakshineshwar, Chandra, and another person was there. Powers were there, Ashtasiddhis were there. A great Pandit was coming to Dakshineshwar temple. He had a power, by his voice, he will control the mind of the opponent. Oh, re, 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 some tantric mantras, he will start shouting from Dakshineshwar gate itself. As he comes to the Dakshineshwar compound, he increases. And all the debaters or opponents used to shiver and they used to get defeated. Sri Ramakrishna is Sri Ramakrishna. He understood these fellows have got these powers. One day that person is coming, Padmalochan, Pandit, something like that, I forget his name, he is coming. Sri Ramakrishna replied back in the same voice. Pandit was shocked. He increased his volume, increased the voice. Whole temple dome was shivering, it seems. So much powerful voice because of his tantrika sadhana. And Sri Ramakrishna did 3 times more. By the time he came, that Pandit became lean and thin. All the energy Sri Ramakrishna took away. He told, never do this. Never fall prey to this. You are unnecessarily misusing the Shakti. He took away that power. From that time he never was able to do it. Another fellow had power of emanating light from his backbone. Light used to come and give, instead of street lights, the whole street would be lighted up because of his one of the Siddhis. Sri Ramakrishna took away that. Another fellow had Anima Lagima Siddhi, becoming miniature, becoming Anu. He used to run to some lady's house and he fell down from that sadhana. His power was taken away. He got beatings. Sri Ramakrishna said, why are you running behind all these? Forgetting the mother. You want name, fame? See what has happened to you. People bet him nicely. That also, because they are all temporary powers. They are ephemeral world powers. Sri Ramakrishna never encouraged all these. These powers lead the sadhaka to darkness or greater darkness as mentioned in the 12th shloka. Andham tama pravishantiye asambhutim upasate tato bhuya yevate tamo yavu sambhutyagam rataha. And the sadhaka performing upasana exclusively is bound to succumb to his desires and passions, which is death. Mrityu, vinasha, the word is used. Now, 14th mantra, please read. Now, what we'll do, there is a trick here. There is a small confusion-like thing in the wordings. 13 and 14, without last line especially, I will chant. Please listen carefully and then repeat. Iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire sambhutincha vinashancha yastadvedo bhayagum saha. Please try. Iti shushrumadhiranam yenastadvichachakshire sambhutincha vinashancha yastadvedo bhayagum saha. Why? Because Shankara points out the point here. Suddenly, you see the words? Sambhuti, okay. Then suddenly from where Vinasham has come? Nowhere in the earlier shlokas, mantras, Vinasham is there. Suddenly the Rishi has put the word Vinasham, destruction. How from this word has come? It should be either Sambhuti or Asambhuti. So Shankara comes to our rescue and says, Vinasham is Sambhuti. That which is temporary, this world, this creation, this sensual pleasures, 5 Panchamahabhutas, Pancha Indriyas, everything is ephemeral. They are subject to Kshaya, destruction. That is Vinasha. Because the first word is Sambhuti, then again Vinasha. That is why in Vedic terminology, maybe that time in the Vedic terms, they never had breaks in the sentences because there was no book knowledge. It was all mouth and it was all mind to mind. Now in Re, there is Akara also in one of the grammar rules. Say last sentence of that, Nastad vichachakshire. There is a Akara also that is added in Sambhuti. Vichachakshire Sambhutincha. So Shankara says Sambhuti is actually Asambhuti there. The A is missing in the first line of the 14th shloka. Then when you say Asambhuti, then Vinasham will be Sambhuti. This is the clarity we have to have when reading Ishavasya Upanishad. Otherwise, you will be confused. From where Vinasham has come? Yes, tadvedo bhayagum saha vinashena. See, again Vinashena. Mrutyum tirtva sambhutyamrutamashnuте. It is clear now. Now how it is? Asambhutincha vinashancha. That means sambhutincha. Asambhutincha vinashancha means it is sambhutincha. The sadhaka who follows both. What are the both? The unmanifest and the manifest. Vyakta, avyakta. Or perishing one. What is the perishing one? Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? Vinasha. Subject to certain time, certain kalpas. Hiranyagarbha also is not permanent. Brahma also is not permanent. After one kalpa, another Brahma will come. The whole thing goes back. Brahma will again go back into the lotus, and the lotus will go back into the navel, and navel, Vishnu will go into sleep. So that kind of reverse process, it's called involution. Evolution, involution, evolution, involution. Kalpa after kalpa, this goes on. And for our understanding, they say every day you are doing that only. You are going into sleep, coming out into sleep, creating new ruchis, creating new desires. Sambhuti, asambhuti is going on. So this particular shloka will take you towards Amritattvam, that we will see in the next class, next Sunday. And then again Vedanta will come back After Karma Upasana and Sambhuti Upasana, it will take you towards unity in diversity, to Advaita experience. That will be the last shloka. We'll take it up next Sunday. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.